Today we're going to be switching out a CV axle on the 2006 Subaru Legacy. The things you'll probably need is a jack, of course take off the lug nuts, star wrench I guess, a 32mm socket, half-inch drive, and a 19mm socket. So also a 19mm wrench, a couple cheater bars, and so we'll just first start off by jacking up the car. And before you get all the way up, you want to loosen up the lug nuts. Alright, when you have it about yay high, you also want to put on the jack stand or whatever you have in the garage. Finish taking off So once you got the wheel off, you got the 32mm bolt, and you want to take that off. You can either keep the wheel on, and you can pop out the center cap here and put the wheel back on, and you can drop it back down and take the bolt off, or you can just have someone push on the brakes and take that off. Easy. So. Following that, we have two more bolts. This one right here is your camber bolt, and the one below doesn't matter as much where it goes. This one down here, the second one, doesn't matter as much, but this one has lines on it, and you got to make sure you put it back in, or if you don't care, you're probably going to have to do an alignment afterwards. So just make sure to mark it with the line, and I've already pre-marked mine with a marker, so I got the line, and then it lines up with a hole. You can't see very well, but yeah, so you want to take those two off, but you want to make sure the top bolt, you mark it so you put it in the same way. And those are both 19mm bolts. With these ones, you're probably going to need a cheater bar because they're pretty torqued on there. Okay, what I like to do is just keep the bolts with the nut so they stay with the same one, and then I don't lose them. Okay, next we have brake line bolt, and then here is the ABS line. So you just want to take off those two, and those I believe are 12mm. And these two bolts right here with the ABS and the brake line bolt might be a little bit difficult to get off because they might be a little bit rusted with the elements. So yeah, just be prepared. Okay. Alright, once you get that off, make sure don't damage these two lines because they're pretty important. And you want to just slowly move your CV axle out like so. It's free, and a good way to just get this out of the out of your way is just turning the wheel. Just pull it out, or you might have to get underneath and pry it a little bit. If you got a flathead screwdriver. Okay, so in here you got the CV axle right here. And you just need to pry it away from that. Okay. Alright, once you get that pried out, you can just pull the axle out. There you go. It comes out like that. It's kind of hard to see, but this is where it came out from. Alright. So, yeah. So here's the old axle. You want to compare it to the new axle. Make sure it's going to fit in there. Looks pretty, everything looks similar, so from there you just put it back in, same way it came out. You want to take that nut off, they provide you with a new one. So just set that aside. You just want to that axle back up in where it came out. And it's going to be a little bit difficult to get it in there. Once it slides in, first part, you want to pull it back a little bit and then shove it. You gotta get shoved because you want to pop it back in there. There you go. And yeah, from there, yeah, it's good. It's in there, and then you just start putting it back together. I like to put the bottom bolt back in first so that you can line it up. Get it lined up, you may have to shove down on the hub there, the rotor, to get it into place. And then put in the camber bolt. Probably wondering what the difference is. If you look at that bolt, it's not completely round, it's got a little lobe on it. So that deals with side to side camber on your tire. That's why you want to put it back in the same way. If not, it's going to be sloped one way or the other. And then I have it marked right there. Remember to, I just need to line it up back up. These two bolts, just torque it down to, I guess you're gonna have to refer to your owner's manual and how much you need to torque these down to. And also this one needs to be torqued down as well. If you want to torque that down, you can just put the tire back on and put the e-brake on. I have it in neutral, or you could just have someone step on the brake. Better just not to have it in gear so you don't ruin your transmission when you're torquing this center bolt down. So, and then I'm just going to put the car back up, take the tire back off, and push in that little indent. As always, for safety, do not work under a car with just supported by the jack. Always have something underneath, like a jack stand. See the little notch there? I'm just going to take a bolt, or you can take a punch or anything that's going to push that. Just like so. So when that starts to roll, it won't be able to go very far because it's pressed in there. So yeah, just put the tire back on and torque down the lug nuts to spec. Always remember when you're putting back on your tire to do a star pattern. You don't want to just go in order, but always follow the star pattern so it's even when you're putting it on. Your lug nuts, remember about 20 miles down the road you may want to re-tighten them. That's just for a safety precaution so they don't come loose.